Hello, Maureen. Hi, Natalie. Shanti. Good. I gave you Shanti recording. Hello, Shivani. How are you?
I am good. I feel like long time no see.
I know. It's still one day short. So I will add you. Okay, you're starting. Hi, Myra. Hello, Junji, Lynn, Satya. I can see all of you. Very nice to see you all. Hello, everybody. Today we are talking about Nakshatra characteristics, and this is Goddess Durga. Actually, I don't know if those you've been to USA, this was at the San Francisco ashram, and it's a beautiful goddess, I think there. And this is me with my Nakshatra book a few years ago. I was, I think, to 2014, quite a few years ago. So let us begin. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvada. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahman Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Brahma Murari Stripurantakari Bhanu Shashi Bhumi Suto Buddhascha Guruscha Shukraha Shanirahu Ketava Sarve Graha Shanti Bhavo. Om Dadhi Shankatushārabham Shirodharanava Sambhavam Namami Shashinam Somam Shambho Mukatabhushanam. So today we are doing the Shukranama mantra, the name mantra for Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. And just want to tell you about my Nakshatra temple trip, 24th January to 9th February 2024. And the Vedic astrology courses, they are going to begin the next level. So for the foundation, you would be going to rules of interpretation, those who have completed foundation course. My courses always begin in March, so you can look up. The program is now online. And lot of the information here is from Nakshatra, my book. You can, in the manual, I don't have it as detailed as information is in my Nakshatra book. So you can look it up and see. And so a couple of things regarding next month, or this month, July and August. So this month, there's a phenomena called Adhika Masa. Adhika means extra, Masa is a month. Adhika Masa is an additional month due to the difference in solar lunar zodiac. So this Adhika Masa is an additional lunar month, not a solar month. And Adhika Masa comes every 2 to 3 years, 32 months, 16 days, 8 ghadis to be precise. One ghadi is 24 minutes. The lunar calendar gets out of sync with the solar one. In an individual, our soul and worldly desires get out of sync. So it is important to do spiritual activities like meditation, yoga, prayers, fast, donation during the extra lunar month to rebalance yourself and relink your worldly actions to the soul. The extra lunar month is not good for planning any events or mahurata, any events like getting married, starting a new business, opening, going on pilgrimage also is not considered good. Anything that is done with selfish motives. It's a good month to have a simple month. So the Adhika Masa 2023 starts on Tuesday, July 18th and ends on Wednesday, August 16th. No festivals are celebrated. As this month falls in Shravana month, it is known as Adhika Shravana month. So each solar month has a name for it. And the Adhika month in the solar month, this is will have 2 Shravana months. And so the first Shravana month is just simple, nothing to be done, just have a simple life, day to day, what things you want to do. And the belief is that Niriti is a demon, and we will meet her later on in the nakshatras as well. Rules Adhika extra lunar month. Therefore, all profits, results of our material activities are taken away by Niriti. So we focus to rebalance and be spiritual. So the belief is this, that everything is taken away. So it is better not to plan anything. And I personally found that the Adhika Masa was sometimes after 2-3 years, our worldly life, material life, and what we want spiritually gets totally imbalanced. So spending some time meditating, thinking, what do you want, what is imbalanced, then if you were doing it every 2-3 years, it means that you wouldn't be in imbalance. So this is important timing. Then number of you asked me about Shani fast. So normally the Shani fast begins in July, but because of the extra lunar month, the Shani fast is beginning on 19th of August. And it's a great remedy to pacify Saturn. There are 16 fasts from 19th August to 2nd of December. You can decide to do half or full fast. So basically the Saturday fast begins at sunrise of Saturday and lasts till sunrise of Sunday. So that's the timing. And half fast means you have one meal. And if you do full fast, it means no meals at all, no food at all. You can have a little bit of fruit or some vegetables, coffee, tea if you want to, but no chicken, egg, fish, pork, any of the meats and eggs, nothing, no alcohol on that day. So it's quite serious and important fast. Or you can think, I've never done a fast before. I will do 16 Saturdays where I eat plant-based diet on that day. Simple food on Saturday. Saturn fast is quite difficult to do because almost like the moment you start doing it, you start thinking, oh, why should I do it? Or friends tell you, why are you doing? Why are you wasting time? So why do you do the Saturn fast? It's a remedy for Saturn. You could have a difficult Saturn in your chart, Saturn conjunction with another planet. You could be in Saturn Dasha. You could be in Saturn um, sub period transit of Saturn. Some of the things we have not studied as yet, but we have studied this point that Saturn is Karaka for the Dushtana houses, 6th, 8th, and 12th houses. So therefore, fasting for him helps us to calm it down. Or you can think about Saturn is the planet of karma. So if you're fasting for Saturn, he's helping you to let go of some of the karma. So all this information is on my website. You can look it up. It's under resources. And I've given all the dates and different things you can do for Saturn fast. And another thing you could consider doing is you could think about doing the Saturn Bija mantra. Bija mantras are seed mantras. I will teach all the seed mantras in year 2. But because I'm talking about Saturn fast, you could do 19,000 seed mantras during this fast time. Beginning 19th of August, you do it daily till you finish the sadhana. So the difference in the seed mantras is you start on Saturday, 19th, and you do it every day. And the seed or bija means a seed. Om Pram Prim Pram Sa Shaneshwaraya Namaha. Om Pram Prim Pram Sa Shaneshwaraya Namaha. Om Pram Prim Pram Sa Shaneshwaraya Namaha. So the difference, if you are fasting, you fast each Saturday, not every day, for 16 Saturdays, 19th August to 2nd of December. If you are doing the mantra, you start on Saturday, 19th of August, and then do it daily. Usually with these mantras, you decide I'm going to do 200 a day, 500 a day, and then you continue doing the same amount at the same time. Anybody has any questions, anything?
I have a question.
Yes, Maureen?
So, Camila G, is it better once you start, it has to be every day, or is it better to do it on Saturday, every Saturday, a lot on each Saturday?
Mantras? No, mantra has to be done every day.
Every day.
You can you have to do it like a planned sadhana or a practice that so you don't have to start the mantra in 19th August. If you have, say a busy schedule in September or October, then you could decide at a different Saturday you can start and continue till you finish. So these are serious practices, so you can't, and once every Saturday it's not important. Does not work. So now we start with the nakshatra characteristics. I have uploaded 2 files for you. One is about the nakshatra characteristics. The nakshatras are so interesting. They have so many different layers of personality. And these characteristics, these are very important to understand. And the second thing is I have loaded one for Nama Nakshatra. Nama Nakshatra is a name nakshatra. So how to give a name to a baby. So these are the 2 things that you are looking for. So the nakshatra weave together many different qualities that give a multi-layered experience. Each nakshatra has their individual characteristics made up of many strands, which include Devata, ruling deity, planetary rulers, Nadi, physical weakness or dosha, symbol, secret knowledge, Purusharth, 4 aims of life, animal signs, primal energy, and the connection to deities as their vahana. Actually, the animal sign, I have a separate chapter in my book. So if you have my book, you can read up on this. Yoni, the animal sexuality, guna, psychological qualities, gana, division into deva, manushya, rakshasa, caste, gotra, lineage from the original rishi, shakti or power, direction, nama nakshatra, sacred consonant, body part, diseases. I uploaded nama nakshatra for you as well today. So there's so many things, we will not be able to cover everything. We are going to cover some of the key aspects. So the first thing that you study with the nakshatras is the devata, the ruling deities. Originally, devata, the nakshatras were named for their deities, not for the names that we are familiar with now. Devata means God or divine dignity. Each nakshatra has a special deity that expresses its characteristic and protects the soul. As the nakshatras are said to reside in Swarga or heaven, where the gods and goddesses live, the devata of the nakshatra is of prime importance. The soul born in a specific nakshatra brings the essence of the deity down to earth. During every prayer ceremony in India, the individual gives his or her Janma moon nakshatra to the priest so that at that moment they are connecting directly to the heavens and also receiving a blessing from their deity. It was a tradition to be named after your Janma deity as well, but the name was usually kept secret, only revealed to the priest at the time of prayers. This is also the deity that is propitiated if you feel there are any problems. You see, to do the nakshatra devata, there are very few priests who can do it because it's a very area of expertise to do the remedy. But like we are doing this next year's temple trip, we are going to each of the nakshatra temples. So if there is some problem in some nakshatra, then by visiting those temples, you are doing the remedy. But each of these devatas for the nakshatras, they are very important energies. So I'm going to look at your charts. Does anybody remember where I finished last week? Last time? Thank you. And was I going forward or backward? I think we can go sage. I will go to... Okay, thanks, Satya. I would appreciate if somebody remembers which way I was going, because I forget. And so we start with Sandy. And here is Sandy, and what we want to know is the moon nakshatra. We can know other nakshatras as well, but Sandy's moon is in Swati nakshatra. Swati's devata is Vayu, and Vayu is the wind, god of wind and air. So that is the devata, and usually we would look at all the different nakshatras and their devatas, but we are going to start with the moon. And Sattara, moon is in Aries, and the nakshatra is Bharani. Bharani's devata is Yama. Yama is the god of dharma, and he is also the god of death and discipline. So Bharani can be very disciplined as people. And Satya, moon is in Magha nakshatra. Magha's devata is Pitris, forefathers. And so we are meeting all the different characteristics. When we start looking at the separate nakshatras, I will focus on each of the nakshatras for you. So symbols, ancient sages talked in the language of symbols, not giving full information in case it fell into the wrong hands. Symbols give the hidden meaning of the nakshatras. There can be more than one symbol connected to each nakshatra. Unraveling these symbols help understand nakshatra and its many meanings. It's a real pleasure to study the symbols, because so many people, different people will give some different symbols, and each one has some secret meaning regarding the sign. And so Serene, we can see moon is in Shatabhishak nakshatra. Shatabhishak symbol is the 1,000-petaled lotus. So it's the, the big lotus, all the deities live there. So beautiful symbol of your moon nakshatra. Sometimes I find that people are very connected to the symbol of their nakshatra as well. And Shantipan is moon in Bharani. again, Bharani is the female sexuality. Yoni, the female sexual organ, is the Devata. So Bharani is also very creative. So what we are seeing here is there's the Devata. So you have to read up about the deity that is ruling your nakshatra. Then you have to look at the symbol. What is the symbol of the nakshatra? And then more stuff to look at in a minute. And Shubha, your moon is in Revati Nakshatra. So Revati is symbol is the fish. Revati is very fishy nakshatra. It's Devata is Pushan. He's one of the solar deities. All this information you've got to study because all of them is very important to understand the nakshatras. And that's what I've given in the sheet, that nakshatra symbolism. And then the next thing about the nakshatra is yoni, sexuality. Yoni has several meanings: womb, vulva, vagina, place of birth, source, origin, abode, receptacle. It has a wider meaning: any place of birth, origin, generating cause, spring, or fountain. It also shows the Shakti or female power is connected to the male energy of Shiva or the Lingam. So yoni is really also this female sexuality, but this yoni is, each of the yonis is connected to various animals. Planets in the nakshatra vitalize this energy, therefore create a connection between Shiva and Shakti. So these are the yonis of different animals. And here we see that a horse has a male Ashwini and female Shatabhishak. So we were just looking at Shatabhishak just now. So the animal would be horse. Elephant, Bharani, Revati. We saw two Bharani today. Both of them, their animal would be elephant. So very often you connect with the animal of your nakshatra. Sheep, Pushya, Kritika. So the first one is male, second is female. Serpent, Rohini, Mrigasira. Dog, Mula, Ardara. Cat, Ashlesha, Punavasu. Rat, Magha, Purva Phalguni. Cow, Uttara Phalguni, Uttarabhadra. Buffalo, Swati, Hasta. Tiger, Vishakha, Chitra. Deer, Jeshta, Anuradha. Monkey, Purvashada, Shravana. Lion, Purvabhadra, Dhanishta, and mongoose is Uttara Ashada. Mongoose has got no female. One sec. Let me just put this little bit up if I can. I'm trying to put it up. It's not letting me. So anyway, I just wanted you to see Uttarashada has no female companion. And maybe, okay. I need to remove this. It's not letting me do it. Animal connected to the nakshatra will give indication of the personality, behavior pattern, relationship with other nakshatras, not just from a sexual point of view, but more of a spiritual connection. Animal sign talks of the primal energy and the starting point of the nakshatra where much of the energy rests. Analyze if the animal of the nakshatra is the transport of a particular devata, as this further gives clues to the deeper meaning. So these animals, similar to in Chinese, you have the animal signs. These animals, although they are in Vedic astrology connected to the sexual quality, there's much more information to it. So I like to try to understand the animal of my client. So for example, Magha and the rat. Magha's animal is the rat. You first study the sexuality as a yoni. Further, the person can have rat characteristics like quickness, intelligence, hard work, also negative qualities of being wasteful. Rat is the transport of Lord Ganesha. So when I was originally writing about the nakshatras, I searched all the characteristics of the animals, natural characteristics of the animal. And most of these characteristics are of wild animals, we don't have domesticated rats anyway, but these are mostly wild animals. So here we see Magha. We had somebody here in Magha as well. You see, this is the rat here, and Lord Ganesha is sitting on the rat. And this was a temple I visited of Lord Ganesha, and there is the rat at the entrance. So very often, not very often, always, when we go to visit the temple, the animal connected to the Devata is placed in the front of the temple. And the animal is also somebody that the deity sits on. That means he's the master of that lower energy, if you could call it that, the animal energy within. He's sitting on top of the animal. So then we have something very interesting, which you could look up in friends or relationships, that they are hostile animals. So Uttara Phalguni, Uttara Bhadra are hostile to the tiger. Cow, Uttara Phalguni, Uttara Bhadra, hostile to the tiger, Vishakha and Chitra. You see, in the wild, the tiger eats the cow. So very often people who live on the edges of forests where tigers are there, their livestock gets eaten by the tiger. So you see that horse, Ashwini, Shatabhishak, and buffalo, Swati and Hasta. Dog, Mula, Ardara, and deer, Jeshta, Anuradha. You see, the wild dog, he is so fast that he can catch the deer and kill the deer. So that deer and dog relationship is not very good. Serpent, Rohini, Mrigasira with mongoose, Uttara Ashada. Serpent and mongoose, they kill each other. One of them has to die. There's always this fight between the serpent and the mongoose. Monkey, Purva, Shada, Shravana, and sheep, Pushya and Kritika. Cat, Ashlesha, Punavasu, rat, Magha, and Punavasu. Cat-rat relationship, that. Lion, Dhanishta, Purvabhadra, elephant, Bharani, and Revati. So these kind of the animals, even sometimes as far as friendship is concerned, you can feel aggressive towards somebody because you have inimical animal sign. So normally what you would look at like for like. So if you are studying moon signs, then you look at moon sign of each other. If you are studying ascendant, then you'd look at ascendant for each other. Relationship between hostile animals can create relationships where there is negativity within, or a person can entirely take over the other's personality and dominate. So I have friends where she is Rohini and he is, so she is the serpent and he is the mongoose. And they've been married for many years, but over the time, he has totally taken over her personality. Her uh, she's given up her job, she's just working for him, and it's very she lost her personality because one of the partners, whoever is strong, can dominate the other person. But even as I said, in friendship or people you work with at work, you may find that these relationships can cause friction. So does anybody have any questions, anything? Oh, one sec before I ask questions. So this is Snow's chart, and Snow's moon is in Kritika. So Kritika's animal is the sheep, and you can see, I always forget these. So sheep and monkey, they're not a very hostile relationship. Some of these relationships are more difficult than others. So you can see whether, you get along with monkeys or not. And Yang, your moon is in Purva Ashada. Actually, you have Uttara Ashada. You have three planets in Uttara Ashada. You have moon, sun, and Mercury. So Uttara Ashada is the mongoose, and the snakes, Mrigasira and Rohini. They are the difficult. Mongoose also is connected to Kubera, the god of wealth. So there is some quality of mongoose that you can be very good with wealth. And Zoe, moon in Scorpio, and that is Anuradha Nakshatra. So Anuradha's animal is the deer. And the deer is also, if you know that deer is the vehicle of the moon. I've been showing number of times the moon photographs with riding the deer. So it can also be very mentally agile sign too. And moon is also connected to the animal, deer animal, and dog is Mula and Ardara, other difficult relationships for that. So now I can ask questions. Yes. Any questions? Anything?
Omila, are we just looking at compatibility from someone else, or can someone's moon and ascendant conflict with each other based on like for example, my ascendant is Pushya, my moon is Shravana. Are you able to see conflict within a person between that? Or
it is possible, like moon represents mother. So that can give some conflict with relationship with mother. And you have to ask yourself, is that correct? Or like sun, if ascendant is yourself and sun is in a conflicting position, then sometimes you can look at it yourself as well.
Camilla, so Hi, this is Satya. So if you find out that your relationship with someone is not the greatest, are there remedies that can be done?
There is remedies. You have to see the chart to see what are the things that are connecting to each other. So you can see whether the ascendant rulers are compatible or if the suns are compatible. And also you can be conscious not to fight with each other because, you know, when you see the animals fighting, then they don't think rationally at that time. So you have to think, okay, I am going to be careful about that.
Mm. Thank you.
So then the next one is gunas, quality of the mind. Guna means a strand, the strands of twine that make up a rope. The rope is seen here as an allegory to personality. The various strands or gunas entwine to produce the individuality of a person. Guna also means a good quality. So in India, when they say this person has got lot of gunas, they always mean that it is good person, good quality. Attribute of each guna is usually seen as mental rather than physical. There are three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas, and the nakshatras reflect the gunas. As guna is a mental quality and the nakshatras reflect the mind, this characteristic is essential to know the real quality. Now, the eternal soul is enclosed within temporary bodies made of matter. As it comes down to earth, the matter undergoes three stages of existence: creation, sustenance, destruction. These three phases correspond to the three gunas. Passion, rajas, creates. Purity, sattva, sustains. Ignorance, tamas, destroys. You could say tamas also, we need to destroy the ignorance. Ignorance is considered the lowest and purity the highest of the gunas. While tamas is the lowest, it's closest to the divine as it is nearest to the causal state. So one of the things I've always thought about the gunas is that because guna is naturally a good quality, therefore these three gunas, they can have positive in them as well as negative qualities. So sattva represents Lord Vishnu, who helps us preserve our good qualities. Rajas, Brahma, who helps us to follow the right path of rajas. Tamas, Shiva, who destroys tamas and ignorance within. We all have a balance of gunas within us. They express themselves as mental attitude that leads us to see life in a certain way and have priorities. And it is vital that we recognize both the gifts and the challenges that they have to offer. Generally, in a person's chart, one guna will dominate. So sattva, the attribute of purity. Sat means being, existing, pure, true, real. Sat also means truth. Va means where the purity dwells. So sattva is the pure guna. But remember that these gunas are not individually. We have a mixture of all these. A sattvic person believes in purity of being, thought, and action. Water is pure. Vegetarianism is sattvic because it rejects killing animals to fulfill the need to eat. So you see, like I have this glass of water. If I put juice in it, it gets polluted. It's no longer sattvic, but just the pure water would be sattvic. Sattvic qualities need to be nurtured. Sattva always rises. When we do good things, it inspires us to do better. So you see, at one of her lectures, Swami Sita, some of you know her, she talked about this, how our good qualities, sattva, we must preserve it. We can't just think, oh, I've got good qualities and then mess with it or spoil it. So our good qualities within us, our right thinking, our right ideas, our good lifestyle, all that we have to be very conscious to preserve it. Rajas is the cause of activity in mankind, is the searching quality that we humans all have. Rajas is mental attitude that emphasizes strong emotional impulses. Rajas nakshatras are restless, ambitious, dissatisfied with the present and forever seeking answers. Actually, Rajas quality is restlessness. And also creativity, because they move, they make things happen. And Rajas is just as important for us, but out of control Rajas is not good. Rajas must be calmed by sattva, bringing the positive, also thinking about not wastefully living your life, that you're all the time just active. You have to think, calm, meditate, give yourself some time out. Otherwise, Rajas can get out of control. And our modern life today is Rajas. Everything is Rajas. Tamas is the attribute of darkness. The Sanskrit word can be translated as ignorance. Tamasic nakshatras have a mental attitude that emphasize sensuality. They can be described as being led by lack of knowledge or of spiritual insight to a life focusing on human sensual desire. They can also, tamas can also compromise a lot with life. Tamas must be shifted, not allowed to wallow in darkness. Tamas always falls. If you compromise today, tomorrow you may make a bigger one. So what you see is that Rajas is moving everywhere, Sattva is rising. So once you start doing good stuff, it becomes better and better. But Tamas means if you give in to ignorance or you compromise, then it keeps on falling till you reach the bottom. And then you can climb out of it. So, with tamas, a simple aspect of tamas could be laziness. It means you're sleeping too much, you're not doing activity. So just doing physical activity, moving your tamas would be the first step. But there are many times that you have to work with and deal with tamas. But tamas has good qualities also, stability, endurance, because it's like earth, it's sort of solid. But if you become too solid, nothing can happen. So if you think about tamas like a stone, and you can carve the stone and make a beautiful deity or beautiful statue, whereas if the stone remains as it is, it's just one piece of stone. So that is what is important to understand. So the three levels of consciousness. Nakshatras reflect their gunas on three levels. Each nakshatra has three qualities entwined in their psychology. If all three levels of guna are the same, this shows concentration of the quality. If two are the same, then third guna help bringing out second quality, but one guna is missing. Nakshatra having all gunas show a balance. somebody has their yeah. So these three levels of consciousness was given in Bipin Bihari's book. Last week, I gave you as one of the very important books on nakshatra, myths and symbols of Vedic astrology. So the three levels of consciousness are given in that. And this is very interesting aspect that you can look at. So we see the guna triplicity, Ashwini to Ashlesha, the first 9 nakshatras at the top level are all rajas. And then the inner levels change. And so mostly we see the searching from Ashwini to Ashlesha. They're looking, they're wanting something in the outer world. They're looking at the rajasic quality. But here then we see Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika. The second level is rajas. And then Rohini, Mrigasira, Ardhara, second level is tamas. And Punavasu, Pushya, Ashlesha, the second level is sattva. So that means that the inner voice, there's one very obvious quality, but then the inner wheel is changing. And then the deep down consciousness, you can see Rajas, Tamas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, Sattva. It keeps on going in that order. But some interesting things here, you can see that Ashwini is all three levels of Rajas. So Ashwini has a very active quality that Ashwini is dealing with. And then the second set of the guna triplicity from Magha to Jeshta, this is from Leo to Scorpio. At the top level is Tamas. And it doesn't mean that all Magha to Jeshta are ignorant. That means they have to work with their ignorance. You know, this is more time of settling down, compromising, more worldly things come into the view, and the tamasic quality needs to be shifted. And then here you see Magha, Purva Phalguni, Uttara Phalguni has Rajas, the same quality in the first grid. Then Hasta to Swati is Tamas, and Vishakha to Jeshta are Sattva. And then internally, Rajas, Tamas, Sattva, the third level is working. Now, in these signs, you see that Chitra Nakshatra is all three levels of Tamas. And this is my Nakshatra. And I can tell you that when I was younger, I was very tamasic, very lazy. My mind also very much compromised. But after Jyotish, after I started understanding myself better, I changed so that stone that I was originally, I changed. So you see that's the thing when Swami Sita says that tamas must be shifted. That means even now so many years have gone, I am still shifting and moving and developing myself. So this is really important if you have a tamas nakshatra, then you know that you need to change. But you see here Vishakha, Anuradha, Jeshta, the second level is sattva. So, and Jeshta especially, tamas, sattva, sattva. Here also Ashlesha, Raja, sattva, sattva. So, you know, you have to study this seriously and look at it. And then the third set of the signs is Mula to Revati. All of them are sattvic. That means here from Mula onwards, we are seeking purity. And of course, seeking doesn't mean that you get it. And also remember that your sattva, your good qualities have to be preserved. It's very easy to lose them. And then here you can see Mula to Uttarashada Rajas, Shravana to Shatabhishak Tamas, Purva Bhadra to Revati Sattva. And then the third cycle is changing for each nakshatra. So these qualities, you know, how your mind is working, what are the gunas. But remember that the guna is always shifting, and also depends on how we preserve the guna we have, and how we shift the tamas, how we calm the rajas. All these things, this is what the spiritual yoga is trying to teach you as well. And here we have Prince Harry's chart. And so I made a list of his gunas here. These are just the Panchanga. But his Lagna is in Purva Ashada, which is in Sagittarius. You can look here, the Sagittarius Lagna. And you can see here that I made a list. You can make a list of all your planets. And here we see Lagna, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. So all qualities are there, but Sattva is more emphasized. And what can happen with Sattva outer quality is that the person can also be very idealistic. You look for purity in everything, in everybody, and the life we lead is not pure. So that is with maybe something that upsets him. Then Sun is Uttara Phalguni, that is in Leo, and Tamas is the outer quality, but he has Rajas, Sattva. So you see here, he has all the three qualities, but in different mixes. And Sun is Tamas, Rajas, and Sattva. And Moon, Kritika, Rajas, Sattva. So there's a lot of restlessness. The mind is very restless. He needs to calm his mind down. Again, deep down, the Sattva quality is there. And Jupiter, Mula, Sattva, Rajas. So again, the purity Sattva is there. You can make a list of all the other planets as well and decide what is the guna that they are working on. So Atma Jyoti, here we see moon in Ardhara. And the Ardhara is Rajasic. If we can just go back here. Ardhara, Rajas, Tamas, Sattva. So all the three gunas are there, but the outer look is searching for something, Rajas. So you have to also think deeply of how they impact you and how you feel about them. And then let me see who. So Yunnan, I forgot to look at your chart. So here we have Yunnan, and moon is in Sagittarius, Mula. So Mula is Sattva and two Rajas. So you see the inner Rajas, and I think that what Swami Sita said about calming Rajas down. So even though Mula is seeking that spiritual life, the inner restlessness can sometimes make them feel that they are not actually achieving anything. So Emma, moon is in Bharani Nakshatra. So Bharani is Rajas, and Tamas. Some of them I remember, that's the start of Aries is always. So you see now, if you look at a personality of Bharani, you can see Bharani's Devata is Yama, discipline. Its animal is elephant. Its symbol is the yoni. Its guna is raja. So you see, there are so many different aspects that we are looking at the same time. So that is what makes the nakshatra so interesting. So one more aspect now, and then I will ask if you have questions. Actually, so when we were discussing gunas, I told you the guna of the planets as well. Sun is sattva, Jupiter sattva. So you see the planets have their own guna, but they are in a sign which has its own guna. So it's all so many different, very interesting aspects that if you are looking at a spiritual nature of a person, then studying the gunas are very important. And then we have nadi. Nadi is dosha. Nadi is pulse or vessels. Dosha means weakness. When the quality of nature gets troubled, it becomes a dosha. All of us have inbuilt weaknesses as we are not perfect human beings. So you see, we study Nadi in Ayurveda for health astrology, and each of the nakshatras has its own Nadi. And here we have the prakriti of the nakshatras. You see Vata, Pitta, Kapha. I already introduced you to these concepts. Now, what you see is Ashwini is Vata, Bharani is Pitta, and Emma was Bharani, so that is Pitta, and Kritika is Kapha. Prince Harry, his Kritika is Kapha. And then you go directly Rohini backwards. Rohini is Kapha, Mrigasira is Pitta, Ardhara is Vata. And then we go this way, Punavasu is Vata, Pushya is Pitta, Ashlesha is Kapha. I was telling you that I've got Chitra Nakshatra, which is 3 levels of Pitta, sorry, 3 levels of Tamas, but it's a Pitta Nakshatra. So there's a fieriness in it that is also alongside with the Tamas. Now, Ashwini, it's 3 levels of Rajas, and Vata, it's a Vata Nakshatra. So Ashwini can be very restless, Ashwini moon, or if you have Ashwini ascendant as well. So we are just carrying on looking 1 or 2 charts per so Jaja here. We have Uttara Ashada Nakshatra. And here you can see, sorry, I have to look at this list. Uttara Ashada is Kapha Nakshatra. So Uttara Ashada has some calmness inside them. And Jojo, moon is in Shravana Nakshatra. So Shravana will also be, let's look at Shravana. Shravana is also Kapha Nakshatra. So you have to, actually all these lists, they become a lot. You can make a card for them and have them if you are looking at specific factors of the person. Remember, the prakriti of the nakshatra is all about the mind. And it's not so much about the physical body, it's how your mind is. Junji, moon is in Vishakha Nakshatra. So Vishakha Nakshatra is Jyeshta. It is Kapha as well. So what I would suggest to you is that you look up all the lists that I sent you, the nakshatra characteristic, and you can make a list of all the various types you are. And then you think about it, and you will see that many of those types you are familiar with. Then we come to Purusharth. According to Vedic traditions, humans have 4 aims of life to fulfill that guide us to lead a happy, fulfilled life. The 4 aims are known as Purusharth. Purusha means both supreme soul and the human being. Artha means the aim or purpose. I already spoke to you about Purusharth. They are the 4 aims of life. The different houses represent the 4 aims of life as well. And the 4 aims of life are dharma, artha, kama, moksha. To just remind you that first, 5th, and 9th houses are dharma houses. 2nd, 6th, and 10th house are artha houses. 3rd, 7th, and 11th house are kama houses. 4, 8, and 12 houses are moksha houses. But in the nakshatra, unlike the Rashi, the nakshatras are complete in themselves. Each nakshatra has its own aim. Its pada reflect all the 4 aims. So here we have the Purusharth. Again, if you go horizontally, is it horizontally? Yeah. Ashwini, Dharma, Artha, Bharani, Kritika, Kama, Rohini, Moksha. Then Mrigasira, Moksha, Kama, Ardhara, Punavasu, Artha, Pushya, Dharma. Ashlesha is Dharma Nakshatra, Magha is Artha. Artha means practical. Kama can also mean creative, artistic. Kama is not just sexuality, it's about art and creativity and music. So the Kama Nakshatras can have a great creative ideas as well. But they can also have a kind of sexual personality as well. So then these, this is more advanced aspect, but I just made it, put it here, that each of the nakshatras have different padas. So here you see in Ashwini, which is a overall dharma nakshatra, its 4 padas could be dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So you have to see the outer quality and then what is the inner quality. And then Bharani is Artha, and internally, you see, it starts with Moksha, Kama, Artha, Dharma. So when we look at anybody's chart, one sec. So these are all the different 4 aims inside. And so one sec, when you look at Prince Harry's chart here, this is his Panchanga, and this is telling him that he is in Nakshatra, Kritika Nakshatra, Padavan. So this is where you have to see what is the quality of the personality. So, oh, shucks. So here we see that Kritika is a Kama Nakshatra, and the inner first pada is Dharma pada. So this is his Prince Harry's personality is a mixture of Kama and of Dharma. Even Kama, like he's making films and streaming stuff, and Dharma is always feeling very, this is my duty, this is my responsibility. Not necessarily duty, responsibility. Dharma is also about laying down the law. This is how you should behave. This is how you should not behave. So here, let us look at some more charts. So Levant here is moon is in Bharani Nakshatra. Now here I have a list here, and it is Nakshatra to Bharani Pada 4. So we can look up a list here, and this is Bharani is a Artha Nakshatra, Moksha, Kama, Artha, Dharma. So fourth Pada is Dharma for Levant. So these qualities will dominate Artha, practical expression, but Dharma also law, doing the right thing. All those qualities will be there. Lynn, we have a moon in Libra, and this is Vishakha Nakshatra, and this is Vishakha Pada 3. You can just confirm this, Vishakha Pada 3. And here in the next grid, you'll have Vishakha, Moksha, Kama, Artha. So Vishakha is a Dharma Nakshatra, and internally Artha, practical, opposite to Levant, I think, which was who had that quality. And Monday, and here we see moon is in Purva Ashada Nakshatra, and Purva Ashada Nakshatra, and again we can look here, it is Purva Ashada Pada 2. So you can see Purva Ashada is a Moksha Nakshatra, and Pada 2 is Kama. So Moksha, very much self-realization, wanting to, you know, liberate the soul. But there is Kama, creativity, ideas, sexuality, all those things are internal picture. So before I talk to you, I just want to complete this class so that then we can have a discussion. So the last part that I'm concentrating on is Nama Nakshatra. So remember, I uploaded one page of the name nakshatras for you. So these are special consonants or vowels for each nakshatra. Nama means name. The first letter of your birth name was chosen from special consonant or vowel related to your Janma moon nakshatra. Your name becomes like a mantra, and whenever someone says your name, it created an auspicious energy around you. Now, choosing of the name was a very important aspect in Jyotish and in Vedic spiritual life, because having the correct name, this was most important. So for example, my name was not chosen by the Vedic system, but my grandmother went to the Gurudwara, which is a Sikh temple, and she asked the priest there to open the book. And when he opened it, the first name came out K. So she named me with a K. So that is, my name starts with a K. Now, the problem with one of this thing with the problem is that how do you pronounce the name? So generally K and C are the same, but we have many Chinese students here, and I am pronouncing the names in very crazy ways because I don't understand how to pronounce. So you've got to think about how the pronunciation is, rather than like not just the word, like Jojo, Junje, it may be spelled differently. I had gone to Germany, and in Germany, A and E and O, the way they pronounce it was very different to what is just written like we pronounce it in English. So this is something that you have to think about. But if you were doing your spiritual name, you can think about it. So here again in the Nama Nakshatra, the pada is important. Depending on the pada you're born in, that is the consonant chosen. If the birth time is not known, traditionally consonant of the name was chosen, its nakshatra identified, and that becomes the lagna. So my priest in Chandigarh, he's no longer with us, but whenever he would do my puja, he would always call me Komela Mithun Rashi, because the K, Ko, comes in Gemini, and it's actually Punarvasu Nakshatra. He never, years and years he did my puja, and then we lost him to COVID, but he would always identify the K with Gemini, never thinking about any other lagna. So this is sort of interesting factor with these. So I just want to show you the so this is the Nama Nakshatra I uploaded for you. So you see these are the 4 padas. So Ashwini, Chu, Che, Cho, La. Some words are very difficult to find the name. I always Google if I'm trying to find a name. And so one of my clients, she was Bharani Moon. We had number of Bharani here. So she wanted to change her name. So finally it was Bharani Pada 1, which is Lee. So she changed to Lily. So there are 2 ways of looking at this for the Nama Nakshatra. So the traditional way is that once the baby is born, you will choose the name. And that is the correct way. Nowadays, especially in USA, everybody has chosen the name much before. And they don't know what the nakshatra is, what is the quality. So here we have Mary, and Mary's moon is in Vishakha nakshatra. And you can see here that it says Vishakha Pada 3, and the sound is the. But I have this list here because which I trust a little bit more. And you can see here, I'll just show you Ko, my Komela Ko is in Punavasu. So that is Punavasu is in Gemini. And so Mary is Vishakha, and Vishakha is 2. Now, these are really a little bit complicated in Sanskrit. We have a ta and a ta. And I don't know, Tara is, these words are not that easy to translate into any other language. But for Vishakha, we have the tas. And you can see a little bit at the top, the 2s are also there, T-O, and so it sounds the same in English, but it's a little bit different. There you see Uttara Bhadra, Te-2, T-2. So like in Mary's case, now Mary hasn't chosen this 2, it's with a M. So you can look back to the nakshatra list here, and you can see Mary Magha Nakshatra. So usually the M's, they are all queen-like or king-like because Magha is the king. It's where the royal star is there in Magha, Regulus. So here we see all the M's. You see very many famous people with M here. Monday also M would come in here. And so in Mary's chart, she's Leo ascendant. So perfect name for you, Mary. And Maureen, again, it comes again in Leo, in Magha. and Myra and Mohini and Monica, all of you, your name is related, and Mithu. All of you, all the M's in the class, your name is related to your name, popular name that you have is related to Leo. However, your nakshatra name may be different. So here we have Maureen is Swati nakshatra, pada 1. And just checking here, and it would be Ru. So Ru would be, I never find a name. Sometimes it's very difficult to find a name. And I discussed this with my priest, and he said that if you can't find a name like RU, you can just use the R. And so here we see Ru, Re, Ra in Swati. So the R's would be okay, but you could say Raymond, Rekha, Rupa, RU. So again, it's the pronunciation which makes these names. It's not easy. You have to really work on it. And Shivani, you have to work on it to work out how the Chinese will work with this. And I was just looking at one more. Sorry, the others you have to find yourself. So Myra, again, the M is coming in Leo. So you don't have any planet in Leo second house. That's quite okay. And your name, your moon nakshatra is Shravana. And Shravana is Shikha. Let me just look here. And I have shared this list with you. But sometimes you see some very interesting things. So here you see Shravana. And so you are Pada 3. So in Pada 3, Ju, J, Jo. So Pada 3 would be Jo, easier word, Joanna, Julie. Julie would be here first, but J's, that is good. Now, sometimes it's a very interesting stuff with the names. One of my very dear friends, she was always falling for somebody with a J. So there was this attraction to Shravana. She was married to somebody with a J name, then she met somebody else, she divorced him, met somebody else, they had a J name, and then the third person. Now, finally, she's met somebody with a S name, and that relationship has lasted. So even there's a lot to say about what name you have. There we have Julian Assange's name, and Julian Assange is the guy with the WikiLeaks. He's famous for that. And if you just look at his chart, and so you see Swati Pada 3, which is Ro, I would say Robin. I can't think of any other name. But here we see Julian Assange, Janma Nakshatra, Swati Pada 3. Birth would be Ra, Ro. Nama for Julian comes in Shravana Pada 1. Remember J, I was telling you, is Shravana. That falls in 10 degrees to 1320 Capricorn. So if you look at Julian's chart, you see his Capricorn. He has got Rahu, Mars in Capricorn, but not in Shravana, but still there is some influence on his name to Rahu, Mars. And also recently Saturn transited in Capricorn, and transit over your Nama Nakshatra, that can be a difficult time. And he was living in the Ecuadorian embassy, and then the British came and they put him in prison. And I think he is being extradited to USA. So you see that Nama, 4th house, but the transit of Saturn over the in Capricorn, that was not easy for him because it was going over his Nama Nakshatra. So we have Prince Harry, and his name should be A. So he should have been Andrew or Aaron or lots of A's, but his name is Harry, and Harry comes under, you have to look for it. I think, yes, it's Ashlesha. So you see here, Hari, Punavasu, Ha, He, or He, depends on how you pronounce it. Punavasu, the Pada 3 is in Gemini, and Pada 4 is in Cancer. So a lot of the H's are in Cancer, and that is his 8th house. So that's not the perfect name for him. So there are many techniques to use the name Nakshatra. Transits to your name Nakshatra can enhance or spoil the name. You may not be named according to your Nakshatra, then study the Nakshatra that connects to your name and see its quality. So I already showed you. No assignment, and next week we are looking at strengths and weakness of the Nakshatra. So now I'm open to any questions you may have.
Hi, Camilla.
Yeah, Satya.
I'm just wondering because I'm noticing, there's a lot of information here. And in terms of studying all of this, I'm wondering, so in terms of prioritizing, what would you think we should commit to memory versus what do you think, which parts would you suggest can be written down as notes? So for example, the chart that you've shared with us, the nakshatra characteristics, would it be best to memorize everything here?
No. It's just, it's a reference, say like name
Okay.
Nakshatra.
Mhm.
I'm asked once or twice a year, what name should I keep? Not every day. So then, you know, I have this information, you can look up your notes.
Okay.
Or sometimes more often people ask me, should I change my name?
Mhm.
So like Atma Jyoti, she has a new name, or Satya's S's are all in Aquarius. All the S's are in Aquarius. So
Mhm.
you see in this class, we have so many S's. Shivani, Satya, Shanti, Snow. So you see, you're attracted to each other. You're friendly with each other because you have the same name. So we have all the M's here. M's are Leo. So I remember that. And
Mhm.
this, so it's not necessary that you have to use it. But sometimes if somebody asks you, should I change my name or what name I should choose, then you can use that. I would say what to remember in your mind, you have to remember the Devata and
Mhm.
the symbols. Those are the two things you need to remember. And
Okay.
the animals.
And the animals and the ruler, probably.
Yeah, ruler. Yeah,
Okay.
of course. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And when we go after a couple of weeks, we are going to do each of the nakshatra separately. So
Mhm.
then I will study your moon nakshatras, each one in the
Mhm.
class. And then we'll hear a lot about the nakshatras.
Great, thank you.
Anybody else?
I have a question, Camila.
Yeah, Maureen. Yes.
So we're looking now at the moon nakshatra,
Mm.
but our personality that we portray to the world, is it our lagna nakshatra? Or maybe our Surya nakshatra? And I'm just wondering if we would look at those nakshatras for the name that we're going to put out in the world.
No, that is a question. This is what I did, like even with Julian Assange's chart, I looked at his name, J, where is it falling in his chart? But generally the tradition is using the moon nakshatra.
Mhm.
But one of my relatives, she her moon was in Gandanta. So when
Oh.
she was born, her name was named X. I've forgotten what her original name was, but her aunt changed it to her Lagna because she said, no, this is Gandanta. So every time you're calling her name,
Mhm.
you're activating that difficult
Gandanta.
energy.
Mhm.
Or for example, if you say have a moon Saturn conjunction in your chart, you may not want that name to be activated all the time.
Thank you.
So the general good thing is first, fifth, ninth house. So for example, Maureen, I don't know the degree, but let's say your ascendant is 15 degrees, first house. So you look at the nakshatra, then you could look at 15 degrees, fifth house, and 15 degrees, ninth house, just to see which one is suitable for you. But Maureen is nice. You are all Leo here, all the M's.
May I say, it's not
Yes.
that is my second name.
Yeah.
Because for my people in our tradition, we're Jews, we give a Hebrew name.
Okay.
So it's Re.
Re.
Yeah, I'm Re. So I was
So,
called all growing up by Refeka.
so the point is this, that in the name, it's what is the popular name. So in my book, I think I've talked about Tiger Woods. His real name is Eldrick, but nobody knows that name. We know him as Tiger Woods, as the golfer. So you have to look at what is the popular name. But sometimes, even between couples, you call each other different names, not really the main name. So you can look at that as well. So this naming somebody is an art in itself. So it's something that you can learn and study. And it comes useful when people ask for names. But in most spiritual tradition, they just give you name, not from your chart. They will, like when people are changing names, they just give you a deity name. They don't give you a name from your moon nakshatra, because for that you need quite a bit of knowledge and time as well. So good. Thank you very much. I shall see you all next week. And we are going to talk about strengths and weakness of nakshatras. So